never die. When the world is calling you, can you hear them screaming out your name? Legends never die, they become a part of you. Every time you play for reaching greatness, relentless, you survive. They never lose hope when everything's cold and the fighting's near. It's deep in their bones, they'll rot into smoke when the fire is fierce. Oh, pick yourself up, 'cause legends never die. When the world is calling you, can you hear them screaming out your name? Legends never die, they become a part of you. Every time you bleed for reaching greatness, legends never die. They're written down in eternity, but you'll never see the price it cost. The scars collected all their lives. When everything's lost, they pick up their hearts and avenge defeat. Before it all starts, they suffer through harm just to touch a dream. Oh, pick yourself up, 'cause legends never die. When the world is calling you, can you hear them screaming out your name? Legends never die, they become a part of you. Every time you bleed for reaching greatness, legends never die. When the world is calling out your name, begging you to fight. Pick yourself up once more, pick yourself up, 'cause legends never die. When the world is calling you, can you hear them screaming out your name? Legends never die, they become a part of you. Every time you bleed for reaching greatness, legends never die. When you feel it's hopeless, when you think that you've lost, oh, I will take your hand and we'll rise up from the dust. Oh, here we go, 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 let us heal and grow. You won't be alone, we're unstoppable. Don't be afraid to show what we're going for. This is what we know. Here we come back to life, we're still breathing. Standing up, everybody's gonna see it. Oh, all you need to know is that we're holding on. Even if we fall, we will rise up and we follow the path that we believe in. No, we're not gonna stop until we reach it. Oh, all you need to know is that we're holding on. We rise up from the dust and claim our throne. why we are on this track. Oh, we all have our burdens, yeah, but we just keep on fighting and we never look back. Here we go, 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 let us heal and grow. You won't be alone, we're unstoppable. Don't be afraid to show what we're going for. This is what we know. Here we come back to life, we're still breathing. Standing up, everybody's gonna see it. Oh, all you need to know is that we're holding on. Even if we fall, we will rise up and we follow the path that we believe in. No, we're not gonna stop until we reach it. Oh, all you need to know is that we're holding on. We rise up from the dust and claim our throne. We rise up from the dust and claim our throne.
My songs know what you did in the dark. My songs know what you did in the dark. So light 'em up, light 'em up, light 'em up. I'm on fire. So light 'em up, light 'em up, light 'em up. I'm on fire.
You've been strong for so long. You learn to carry this on your own. Let me be someone you can
I keep coming back stronger, stronger and stronger. I keep rising up higher, higher and higher. Been running like a savage, game time automatic. Gotta have it like an addict. It's like winning is a habit. I've been living like a caged up lion. 9 lives gone, but I keep surviving. I keep coming back stronger, stronger and stronger. I keep rising up higher, higher and higher. I'm the legend in the story, chasing down that glory. You can knock me down, but I'm a last round fighter. I keep rising up higher. Got the world on my shoulders, they ain't over till it's over. Got the heart of a soldier, quick draw from my holster. Can you feel it getting closer? I keep coming back stronger, stronger and stronger. I keep rising up higher, higher and higher. I'm the legend in the story, chasing down that glory. You can knock me down, but I'm a last round fighter. I keep rising up higher. I keep rising up higher. Yeah. I've been living like a caged up lion. 9 lives gone, but I keep surviving. Are you ready? Cold-blooded. Are you ready? Are you ready? Cold-blooded. Are you ready? Are you ready? Cold-blooded. Are you ready?
It up their heat. Demo rejected on Dino, goes in deep, and Demo rejected is out. He's crashed.
You okay?
Forum at turn 5.
Okay.
I'm the man that walked out of fire.
It's all about being calm.
These guys have an almost fighter pilot mentality.
Goodness, Phoenix Prix is out. And it's the lights out and away we go. One kidney Jim is out. Look at this little battle between the Aston Martins have changed positions. On the back of Devil rejected. The Aston Martin and the Alpine. The Aston Martin champion will reject him. Put him on down the inside. Oh, it's fully. Oh, they're free right out. They've been great to have said. And once more they have a little niggle, but it is the Mercedes of Wesley that's through. It's your boy Alfie into the slits. Jimmy's using that battery.
I'm a survivor. I'm not gonna give up. I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna work harder. I'm a survivor. I'm gonna make it. I will survive. Keep on surviving.
Exit on the outside of Chapel. So I quickly remember that both turns 1 and 2 have corner names, Abbey and Chapel. in towards Village, the loop and Aintree. Now, this is going to be the test of the day. Those of you watching, how many times do I make a mistake in the corner names? The loop, obviously the loop section, the Village section, I'll probably get right most of the day, I hope. And of course the famous Magnussen Beckett's, which we're cutting to now as we follow Devil Rejected on the Exeter Cups in toward the famous Magnussen Beckett's corners. So we'll follow Devil Rejected as he winds up his Ferrari here over with the shoulder camera, getting ready to do his first flying lap in anger. Cut to one of the more famous shots of F1 television. And now over the top of Stowe, and here we go, Devil Rejected dialing up the 66 Scarlet Red Ferrari in towards the Club and Vale chicane. Pick your power point and away we go with Devil Rejected. Going to start a flying lap. We'll follow him all the way around this tour of the Silverstone circuit, and it's immediately flat out in toward Abbey and Chapel. Abbey and Farm, I should say. There we go, there's the first mistake. Village and Loop come at you pretty quickly afterwards. Two sharp third gear corners. And then you can really open up the taps now. Absolutely floor that Ferrari powered engine through Aintree and down onto the Wellington straight. As we get the first sector split, 27.816 through the first sector. Now in towards Brooklands and Luffield. Again, two more very famous corners, and now it's applying the throttle and absolutely keeping it pinned all the way through Woodcut. It's really just a kink now in modern day F1 cars as the Williams gets nicely out of our way. Down the old pit straight into Copse Corner. Oh, running a little bit wide there. Devil Reject is going to get himself invalidated by a very small margin just on the exit of Copse there. And we've got the first one for the day. Who's next out on track? I believe it's one of the Haas cars. The Dutchie is on a flying lap going through Woodcut now, so we'll cut to him about halfway through the lap here. Flick it in through Copse Corner. Don't do what Devil Rejected done. Leaves it very nice and safe, only letting two wheels go over the white line. And now through Magnussen Beckett's onto the shoulder cam here with the Dutchie in the Haas car. 1 minute 2.9 through the middle sector. Might pick up a little bit of a slipstream off the teammate there of Damir, who gets out of our way, and now into Stowe Corner. 2 corners to go here for the Dutchie. And there it is, coming up to the line now. It's going to be a mid 1 minute 20, and it is a 1:26.3 there, the first benchmark time. Immediately beaten though by Johnny Reed, a 1:25.4, nigh on a full second quicker, 9/10 to be exact. McLaren of Taz gets a 27.8 in there, beaten by Daddy Cool with a 27.2. Adam Fleetwood splits the leaders with a 26.3, only to be trumped there by Moomin Rider in the McLaren, 25.9. That was Phoenix Gray crossing the line with a 25.936, 5 thousandths of a second splitting him from the front row. And AlphaTauri lockout at the moment. Up to the line there, Dangerous Dave, 125.777, sees himself onto the front row. We've got a Mercedes coming in to start a flying lap, followed by a Ferrari of Dino, who's coming in to end a flying lap. It was a 1 minute 2.8 through the middle sector. Dino up to the line, sets P5 time, 1:26.2, sees himself, as I say, in toward P5. So we've got Williams of Cinders on a flying lap going through Stowe Corner. That was a spinning Haas car we saw momentarily, I believe, of the Dutchie, but Cinders now into the Vale chicane, now through Club for the end of the lap. It's going to be a high to 1 minute 20. It's a 1:28.7, slowest yet of anyone. Arc set at 1 minute 28.2 that got lost in the opening round of laps. Red Wildfire 27.5 sees himself into P10 as well. Devil Rejected got a lap time in of a 27.2 for P8. Who else have we got on track coming in toward the end of the lap? I believe almost everyone finishing flying laps here. Roadrunner's the last car currently on a flying lap. We've got One Kidney Jim, Kurt Maestro, Ryan and Jonathan Coyron all on out laps. Coyron starting a flying lap now. Roadrunner's 1 minute 4.4 through the middle sector. On the run up towards Stowe Corner, there's a Williams going very wide off track. They're getting out of our way into the 5th gear corner. And now down to the Vale chicane. pick the throttle up nice and smoothly. Don't let the rear tyres spin you out. And Roadrunner up to the line. It's been a good final sector to get a 28.1 in. Goes into P12 ahead of Arctop Gotcha and Cinders. 3/10 behind Taz Manager though, so Roadrunner there with some time to improve for the Mercedes. We've got Jonathan Coyron on a lap. 27.3 through the first sector, coming down the old pit straight now. Ryan on a lap as well, is going through Brooklands and Luffield, so Jonathan Coyron going to be the first of the next two to finish a flying lap. Red Wildfire saying he's only had 2 laps of practice, so that 27.5 seems pretty respectable at this point in time, although it's in a bit of no man's land there between Daddy Cool and Tasmanja, 3/10 either side of him. But Jonathan Coyron now into Stowe corner. Couple of corners left to go for the Aston Martin, the 37 Aston Martin, who, for those of you who watched the last time I did a Tuesday night stream, will remember that the 2 Aston Martin drivers are a father-son duo, as Jonathan there leading the way with a 26.1 for the Aston Martin team, goes into P5. What can Smalley do? What can Ryan and Kurt Maestro do as well? Those two on flying laps. Ryan has just finished an invalidated lap. There was a 26.4. That would have seen him into P9. So Kurt Maestro, 27.5 through the first sector, in towards Maggots and Beckett's now. We've got a load of cars coming out for their second run with 10 minutes left in the session. Kurt Maestro, 1 minute 2.8 through the middle sector. Smalley coming in toward the end of the first sector. We'll have a quick look at his lap time now in a moment. Smalley setting a 27.7 through the first sector there for the Aston Martin team. Kurt Maestro coming through the final couple of corners now up to the line. Kurt Maestro 26.757 goes into P9. 4/10 off the back of the Dutchie, 5/10 ahead of Devil Rejected. Again, another driver going into that no man's land that we find every now and then in the midfield for MSC. Ryan on track coming in toward the end of a lap as well. It looks to be a slow lap considering that Smalley coming into the middle sector split now, 1 minute 3.3. So Ryan has made an error somewhere as he is already up and over a minute 15 in the Mercedes. Damir on an outlap as well to attempt to complete his first flying run, but Smalley now into the Vale chicane. Club corner left. Johnny Reed's on a flying lap going through Aintree and onto the Wellington Straight. Smalley 27.2 goes P12, 1/100th of a second off the back of Daddy Cool there, so respectable time for Smalley in the Aston Martin. Johnny Reed was up by a second nearly on his previous best, so Johnny Reed backing out of this flying lap by the looks of it. Who else have we got coming in toward the end of a lap? That's Damir, who's getting ready to start a lap, followed by Moomin Rider, who's also on an outlap. There he is in P3 in that orange and black chrome McLaren. Dino, the next car, also on an outlap in the Ferrari, followed by one of the Williams. That must be Cinders looking to improve. Currently the slowest yet of anyone is Cinders on that 28.7. So time to find for the Williams driver. Johnny Reed returns back to pit lane in the 34 AlphaTauri. We've got a slow-moving Alpine on the Exodus Stowe. That is Kurt Maestro returning to pit lane. That's an Alfa Romeo blasting by of Adam Fleetwood on a flying lap here. So finally found someone on a flyer. Adam Fleetwood up to the line to improve on a 26.3. Goes purple with a 25.2. Improves by nearly 1.1 seconds. That's a new benchmark for them all now, as the Haas of the Dutch, he sets a 26.107, tying to the 1,000th of a second Jonathan Coyron. That's always a rare feat to see. Devil Rejected starting a new flying lap. Red Wildfire coming to the end of a flying lap, coming through the club and Vale chicane. We've got 7 minutes left on the clock. Red Wildfire up to the line, 27.1, goes P10, improves by about 4/10 of a second. Phoenix Gray's just slid in a 25.5, going P3, only a 10th off his teammate. So the track coming back to the drivers, it's getting rubbered in here by the looks of it. Damir is just at a 26.801 to go P10, only about half a tenth off the back of Kurt Maestro, so a decent time there for the Haas car. Dino coming toward the end of a lap was improving by 0.3 of a second through the middle sector, keeps that improvement up to the line. It's a 25.919 to go P5. Had Cinders improved to 27.4 as he crosses the line there in the Williams. McLaren of Taz on an outlap. So who have we got behind? That must be one of the Alfa Romeo. So we've got an Alpine coming in to end a lap here. And that is Daddy Cool, as he's the only Alpine on track. Up to the line for Daddy Cool, improves by 6.5 of a second, goes P9, 26.5. It's an all Alpine row 5 as it stands. Who else is on track on a flying lap? We've got Mercedes coming to the end of an outlap. That could be either of them, and it's Ryan who is coming to the end of that outlap. One Kidney Jim yet to set a lap time. I think he's had a sighter lap, but nothing else to speak of. Dangerous Dave improves by 1.5 on what was potentially an invalidated lap for the Williams car. Dino on a slow lap. There is Ryan starting a flying lap there in the Mercedes, getting the power down the Wellington Straight, named after the aircraft that used to take off from Silverstone when it was a bomber base back in World War II. It was Ryan through Brooklands and Luffield, past the famous grandstand, and now onto the old pit straight through Woodcut. 5 minutes left in the session, and Johnny Reid is back out on track, not happy being knocked off provisional pole by Adam Fleetwood. As we follow Ryan in toward Maggoton Beckett, he's got an Aston Martin ahead. Hopefully that won't disrupt the car too much. That's Jonathan Corin, who I believe is on a flying lap. Ryan up to the middle sector split, sets a 1 minute 2.8. Let's have a look at how Jonathan Corin's getting on, improving by about 1/10 on a 1 minute 2.4 through the middle sector split. So we'll follow Jonathan as he gets toward the line. He could get himself up into the top 5 here with a good final sector. Could the Aston Martin driver, and up to the line. Does get into the top 5. It's the fringes of the top 5. It's a 25.7. Ryan set to 26.5. Goes P9, splitting the Dutchie and jumping the 2 Alpines there by not very much, it has to be said. Arc is on a lap, as is Roadrunners in the second Mercedes. So we'll follow these two as they come in toward the line. 4 minutes left on the clock now, and Johnny Reid has started that flying lap. He's coming down the old pit straight there on the track map. We follow him. But on screen we follow Arc, who has improved by 1/10 through the middle sector, looking to jump Roadrunners there, and the other Mercedes who's coming up to the middle sector split, and he improves by 3/4 of a second. Roadrunners trying to propel himself up the field quite a distance. Taz on an invalidated lap, separating Roadrunner and Johnny Reid, who, let's have a quick look, is on an invalidated lap, so still no luck there for Johnny Reid. Arc set at 27.9. Roadrunner coming up to the line now on this valid lap. Gets invalidated on the corner exit of Club Corner. Oh, Roadrunner. Oh no, that was a 27.4, I believe it flashed up. That would have seen him up into P16 roughly. Depending on the lap it could have been. So Roadrunner's there, invalidated at the end of his lap. That's so disappointing for him, as Phoenix Gray is back out on track, as is, I believe, Smalley on a flying lap here in the Aston Martin, found 2/10 through the middle sector. This could see him on the fringes of the top 12, and it's up to line for Smalley. It is the top 12. It's a 26.7 for Smalley, only a couple of hundredths off the back of Kurt Maestro and the 2 Alpines, so good lap time there for Smalley. As a Mercedes rounding the final corner, that is Ryan looking to go for another flying lap with only 2.25 minutes left on the clock. This is Ryan's final flying run. It has to be said, Devil Rejected, I believe, is on a flying lap. Dino's just started a flying lap, so both Ferraris getting on with it. Phoenix Gray on track, as I mentioned a few moments ago, as is Dangerous Dave and Adam Fleetwood and Daddy Cool and Daymare of Red Wildfire out on track as well. As we still follow Devil Rejected, the driver that we were following for the first flying lap of the day until he got invalidated at this very corner, but he keeps it in bounds this time, does Devil Rejected, looking to improve on a 27.2. Roadrunners retires from the session. He is done. He will at best start 19th, at worst start last. Moomin Rider and Jonathan Corwin also retire from P5 and P7 respectively. Devil Rejected coming up the hanger straight now in towards Stowe. Taz retiring from the session as well, so the McLarens are locked in on a 25.9 and a 27.4. Devil Rejected into the Club and Vale chicane to end the lap. The first car to end a flying run. Up to the line for Devil Rejected, it's a 27.4, no improvement. He at best will start P15. It's a Mercedes, the next car up to the line. It's Ryan on an improved lap, improving by 0.2 of a second through the middle sector. Up to the line, Ryan improves by 0.3. It's a 26.222 to go. P9, Dino up to the line, improving by 0.2 in the middle sector, improves by 0.1 at the end. A 25.772. My apologies. Adam Fleetwood there, starting his final flying lap of the day, as is Daddy Cool right behind. And the second Alfa Romeo of Red Wildfire improves by 0.6 of a second into P10, only to get knocked down straight away by Damir, setting a 26.1. It's all happening with the last few seconds of the day. Can the Dutchie get around the final couple of corners in time to get to the flag? Yes, he indeed does so, the Dutchie. So eyes turn now to Phoenix Grey, improving in the middle sector up to the line. Phoenix Grey to end his session, 25.4, dead. Goes P2, knocks his teammate down to P3 for the moment. Johnny is on a flying lap and he's improving by 0.1 of a second through the first sector. So Johnny Reid going to be one to watch here as the final flying laps come in. Dangerous Dave going to be the next car, spinning out of the Maggots and Becketts and Chapel. Dangerous Dave, his session is over. Adam Fleetwood, the next car behind him, improving by 0.5 of a second in the middle sector. He's only got a couple of corners to go. Does Adam Fleetwood to try and stamp down his pole position, but he runs wide out of Stowe. That's not an invalidation, but how much time did he lose? He only had 0.5 in the middle sector, so I don't see that Adam Fleetwood is going to improve here at the end. And no, he doesn't. The next car is the Williams of Dangerous Dave returning to the pits. We have a Haas going back to pit lane. That's Damien and the other Alfa Romeo as well. So not many cars wanting to complete their lap. So it's now Johnny Reid into the final couple of corners as the Dutchie retires from the session. Everyone else going back to pit lane. Johnny Reid up to the line. Can he retake pole position? No, he can't. 25.345 out of pole by about 0.06 of a second. Johnny Reid will start P2 behind Adam Fleetwood, but ahead of Phoenix Grey. He's ahead of Dino, Dangerous Dave, Jonathan Corwin, Moomin Rider, the Dutchie, Damir, Ryan, Red Wildfire, Daddy Cool, Kurt Maestro, Smalley, Devil Rejected, Taz Manager, Cinders, Arctop Gotcha, Roadrunner and One Kidney Jim is the starting order. One Kidney Jim did not set a lap time. So drama there right to the end of the qualifying session for the British Grand Prix. I was enjoying it, I hope you guys were as well. So let's have a look in the Twitch chat. What is everyone saying? Cinders, you feeling happy with that? On that 27.4? Well, respectable lap time is probably better than I could do. F7, Johnny Reid is washed. Yikes, that's a bold comment to say. One Kidney Gaming, One Kidney Gym. I did not realise you had a quali ban. That's what happens when I don't look at the Twitch chat in the high drama of qualifying. One Kidney Gym going to start P20 from a quali ban. But there we are, there's the gap. Only 2.8 seconds separating the field. And only just, well, a second separating the top 10. So a really closely packed field here today with a couple of very small gaps. There's one between Dangerous Dave and Dino, only 0.05 of a second. And they only had 0.16 of a second ahead of Jonathan Corwin. So lots of small gaps up and down the field today. Hopefully some great drama all the way to the end of the race. Baby steps. You will indeed get better, Cinders. It always takes a while to take the stabilisers off. As we head back, as we get ready to go onto the grid, of course, those of you who don't know what goes on here, everyone will start the race and then retire immediately. Has F7 gifted a tier 1 sub to Moonman Rider? Well, thank you very much for gifting that sub, or at all. I have to say, I think that's the first gifted sub I've ever had. You race on a wheel... Sorry, Cinderfella. You race on a wheel without pedals. So how does that work, dude? Oh, it's Nathan. Nathan's F7. I suppose that makes sense. As here we go for the Crash Grand Prix. Anyone going to try and recommit Zhou Guan Yu's Adam Fleetwood disqualified from the session for reversing off the start line. That's got to be my favourite one right there. Johnny Reed. No one going for the full set. I say that. And Kurt Maestro going for the reverse entry into the barrier. Did not retire from the session though. Anyone else? That was the Dutchie looping it out of. Oh, there we go. There's a Kimi Räikkönen lookalike in the Alfa Romeo. So it's just the two Mercedes that need to retire from the session. Cinder fair. Well, so it's who's the Mercedes Junior driver that did that for a while? That Lewis Hamilton had a massive kind of helping to get into the Formula categories. Really, Nathan? That's Adam used to going backwards, is he? Right. Well, we'll see that as it goes. Oh, Cinders, absolutely. I have mammoth amounts of respect for you for racing despite circumstances. So you'll get there, fella. I hope that, yeah, I wish you well, dude. As there we go, the Crash Grand Prix happening in spectacular fashion. Took about a minute to get through. Adam Fleetwood getting disqualified for reversing on the starting line is my favourite message I've ever seen come through from the onboard race control. As let's have a look at the Discord. So now there'll be a few moments wait just for everyone to kind of reset, refresh, load in various strategies and setups. As everyone just goes back to the lobby, we'll reset the grid and then we'll get ready to race in a few moments' time. Oh yeah, Cinders, you don't have to explain anymore, mate. Yeah, that 127.4, yeah, respect. I mean, it's, as I said, I think 27.4 is probably faster than what I could do on this game, so I have respect for that anyway. But yeah, you're right there. You'll get the speed back. You keep racing. You'll get there. As we wait for who's left the lobby. Someone has left the lobby. Let's have a look. We've got both Haas's, both Alpines, both Alfa Romeos, both Red Bulls. Who's missing? We've got both Aston Martins, both Williams, both McLarens, both AlphaTauris. We're missing I think we're missing a Mercedes. Ryan seemingly running away from the lobby for a moment. There he is, loading back in, so momentary glitch there. Well, let's have a look in the Discord channel that goes along with our very fine league. There's usually some humorous banter that goes along getting ready for the race. So anyone watching who does have access to the MSC F1 Discord, please do go and give us some humorous banter to comment upon. Make the next few moments a little bit interesting. Well, just as we wait for the grid to get reorganised for the right grid, or for the right order, I should say. Could ask kind of the typical thing. Does anyone know any funny jokes? Besides my lack of skill as a racing driver. Well, there is the first amount of humorous banter in the Discord chat. Apparently, Taz being from Greece, it's apparently 10:30 at night where Taz is. And Devil Rejected coming across pretty savagely there. Damn, it kind of sounds like a you problem though. Well, Devil Rejected, would you like to be racing at 10:30 at night, my friend? I think the answer of that would be no. Any other... Do we have any other fun, humorous banter? As there we go, the Let's Go command is go. 8:35 start will be the call. So that is the virtual 5-minute board being waved out the front of the grid. As we load back into the lobby for the 26 lap race, 50%, 150 kilometers. Guess I make sure to check that myself on that one. 150 kilometers, or the lap that takes us over that limit. There it is, official 20:35 start. And the reminder for everyone to load a setup. This isn't F1 2015. The base setup is not the goated one anymore. Those of you who remember F1 2015, and notably the YouTuber Championship, which weirdly I was rewatching the other day, and the absolute scenes that was for YouTubers back on early F1 2015. As here we go, now we wait for a few minutes for setups to be chosen, strategies to be picked, fuel loads to be sorted out. 3-minute board is flying at the end of the grid. Well, just a couple of minutes left. Now, for the drivers to load themselves up, psych themselves, get into the zone. Well, we have less than a minute to go now, so hopefully everyone is all psyched and ready for this. I know I definitely am. As I said, my favourite racetrack on the F1 calendar. As I wade myself into the humorous banter of the Discord chat with Devil Rejected. Usually he gets dive bombed at least at some point in the race, just leaving the door open up the inside into a sharp braking corner. Not too many sharp corners on this track. Not many massive overtaking places to send one from a different postcode. So we will see how the race unfolds. Hopefully not many in the way of safety cars. Not many incidents for Burnt Mylander to roll himself back onto track. But here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. And it's lights out and away we go for the British Grand Prix. And it's a pretty even start there for the front row. That's a Alfa Romeo in the background making up good position. Adam Fleetwood leads us into turn 1. Dangerous Dave trying to have a go up the inside of Phoenix Gray. Gets it done, so he's up into P3. We've got a spinner in the backfield, and it's the other Alfa Romeo. One of the McLarens is caught up in that as well, as is Dino further back as they all come filtering through Village, and the two Red Bulls get very close together there in the midfield. Ryan making up good ground, again ahead of Devil Rejected there. Moomin Riders lost some ground, Cinder's making up some ground as well, but up at the front it's Adam Fleetwood leading the way from Johnny Reed. Dangerous Dave up into P3. Phoenix Gray nestled in behind in the other Alpha Tauri. Jonathan Corrin leads the two Haas cars P6, P7, Kurt Maestro P8, Devil Rejected P9, Ryan P10. That makes up the top 10. As Moomin Rider spins around, there you see him just on the inside of Luffield up against the wall into the old pit lane. Not sure what's gone on there, but it's a disastrous start there for the two McLarens already at the back of the field. Red Wildfire in P17 after what seemed to be a good initial getaway, getting sent to the back of the field. Roadrunner getting overtaken by Daddy Cool. They're side by side through Maggott and Beckett. It's not often you see a clean move done there, and it's Daddy Cool who stays ahead on this occasion. There you see some predicted race strategies from the world of the Amazon World Service as Kurt Maestro and Damir do battle, as are Cinders, Daddy Cool and Roadrunner into Stowe Corner. At the end of lap 1 though, it's going to be Adam Fleetwood that leads the way. Daddy Cool trying to hold off his P11 spot. Adam Fleetwood leads the way by Johnny Reed. There's the gap, very little it has to be said. Dangerous Dave ahead of Phoenix Gray. Good move there off the start line to get himself up into P3, split up the two Alpha Tauris. Don't let Phoenix Gray rear gun for Johnny Reed, who is sending one up the inside at the loop, and that's going to slow Adam Fleetwood down the Wellington Straight. Does Dangerous Dave here have a run in the slipstream of the Alfa Romeo? No, Adam Fleetwood battery burning to try and get himself back up alongside Johnny Reed in toward Brooklands we go for the second time, and it's Johnny Reed now leading from Adam Fleetwood, who's trying for a slightly different line through Luffield but doesn't get a move or an opportunity from it. Dino getting ahead of Arc further down the field. Let's have a look. What tyres is everyone on? There you see it. It's mediums for the top 4. Hards for Jonathan Corrin and the Dutchie. Kurt Maestro's got ahead of Damir. Medium softs. Devil Rejected on hards. Pretty even split there in the second half of the field of hards and alternate strategies. But all three tyre compounds in use from our drivers at the moment. As up towards Stowe Corner we go. Ryan and Devil Rejected doing battle there in the background. Ryan holding on to P9 at the moment. as they hit Stowe corner. Jonathan Corin beginning to drop back a little bit from the leading four, it has to be said, as we have a yellow flag for Taz out of where is that? That is Copse corner. Meanwhile, Johnny Reid setting a new purple lap, 29.6. He still has Fleetwood, Dave and Gray in the DRS pocket. In fact, they're only separated by a second out of the top four, so we could see an absolute riot in toward Brooklands and Luffield on this lap. Moomin Rider's taking a new purple lap at 29.4 as he starts his recovery drive in the McLaren. Dino and Arc top Gotcha doing battle there for P16 on the timing screen, but down in toward Brooklands we go. There's a move in the background for Kurt Maestro and the Dutchie up the inside into Brooklands, trying to force the Haas out wide. Does indeed do that. Kurt Maestro seemingly up into P6 if you can get a good run out of Luffield's. Good amount of traction. The Alpine up to P6. As there we see Jonathan Corin, who's ahead of the Alpine and the battling Haas cars, is sitting in no man's land here. The leader on the hard compound tyres, but it's falling away 1.6 seconds the gap to the leaders as here we go through Maggots and Beckett and through Chapel we go now. Adam Fleetwood with DRS only 4 tenths behind down the Hanger Straight. Are we going to see an chance for an overtake in towards Stowe corner? He's looking up the inside. It's Adam Fleetwood. He's leaving the nose up the inside. There's contact a couple of times and Adam Fleetwood got loose and he's going to cycle his way back down the order. He goes down to P4 as Phoenix Gray sends it round the outside. That's Dangerous Dave running deep into the Vale chicane. Does this give Phoenix a chance to send one back up the inside? Not quite on this occasion, but what it does mean is that Johnny Reid now 1.3 seconds clear of Dangerous Dave as we head into Abbey and Farm and now in toward Village and Loop, and that's Adam Fleetwood trying to send one up the inside of Phoenix Gray in toward turn 3. Nothing going on this occasion. Phoenix Gray could do with a good run here. Slightly bogged down out of the loop is the AlphaTauri on this occasion, but he will get DRS down the Wellington Straight. Arctop Gotcha coming a cropper there in Abbey, causing a yellow flag but getting going again. Phoenix Gray 4 tenths off the back of Dangerous Dave, has less than a tenth over Adam Fleetwood, who's barely a car's length behind on the run down toward Copse corner. Are we going to see a Hamilton Verstappen-esque incident? Not on this occasion. Kurt Maestro though and Jonathan Corin coming back toward this battle that is now for P2 as Johnny Reid tries to escape up in front, but into Maggots and Beckett's we go again. And it's Phoenix Gray tucked up behind Dangerous Dave. Could get a good run here with DRS. Maybe a little bit of battery usage as well down the Hanger Straight. It's not even going to be a competition. Phoenix Gray up the inside takes P2. It's an AlphaTauri 1-2. Dangerous Dave though going to try and hang it back around the outside of Stowe. Room being given on this occasion. Phoenix Gray going to have to go around the outside of Vale. He'll have the inside in toward Club. Gets it done? No, he doesn't. Dangerous Dave with supreme traction around the outside there. Holds on to P2. Johnny Reid extends that gap out now to 2 seconds. Adam Fleetwood nestled in behind. He's going to be licking his lips at the chance for an overtake the minute it comes. Dangerous Dave there reclaiming the racing line. Not letting Phoenix Gray have a sniff of the outside into Village. Now into the loop corner. And it's a good launch there. Mid-corner speed for Phoenix. DRS down the Wellington Straight. This is going to be a good chance to overtake. Smalley getting a 10-second time penalty for exceeding track limits. Something's going on there down the back end of the field. Meanwhile, we're following Phoenix Gray, who's just got ahead of Dangerous Dave into Brooklands. He's up into P2 now, 2.5 seconds to his teammate. How much of a rear gunner's position can he do from here on out as we go through Woodcut and down toward Copse corner? Let's have a quick look if we can. No, it's still too frantic as we go through Copse corner, and we have now positions 2 through 6 all in this train, all in this battle that is for P2, as Phoenix Gray is going to come under immense pressure here from Dangerous Dave out of Chapel. There it is, DRS wide open. The Williams versus the AlphaTauri up towards Stowe corner. He's shaping up the move up the inside, and it's ahead by the braking zone. Did Adam Fleetwood try and have a think of a move up the inside? I think he might have thought about it, but nothing going on this occasion. Red Wildfire picking up a 3-second time penalty as Adam Fleetwood, he didn't have a look up the inside at Stowe. He did have a look up the inside at Club. He's made a little bit of contact there with Phoenix Gray, it has to be said, and here comes Jonathan Corin looking up the inside. Something's happened to Kurt Maestro there in the Alpine. He's fallen back behind Damir and lost a lot of time. Jonathan Corin did not get ahead of Adam Fleetwood on this occasion, but Dangerous Dave making that move into Stowe, has already broken or nearly broken the 1 second window on Phoenix Grey as they come onto the Wellington Straight. Is the DRS of that AlphaTauri open? I think it is, as he gains back onto Dangerous Dave in the Williams. As they come through Brooklands and Luffield, there's a chance for a move, I believe, on for One Kidney Gym. As there we see the Dutchie spun out on the inside of Brooklands. Something going on there with the Haas car, maybe having a battle with Kurt Maestro or Ryan, as he spins out on the inside down to P11. Dino and One Kidney Gym very close to each other. Ferrari versus Red Bull, that is the battle for P13. Meanwhile, up at the front of the field, Phoenix Grey back inside, touching distance of Dangerous Dave, opening up the DRS down the Hanger Straight. Here we go again. Phoenix Grey gaining, going up the inside, overtaking Dangerous Dave. Phoenix Grey back up into P2, although Dangerous Dave having none of it, trying to go back round the outside. He'll have the inside in toward the first chicane here. Dave in the Williams, defending superbly, but he's gone deep though, he's gone deep. What could Phoenix Grey do about that? There was a lock-up for the Williams, but nothing coming on this occasion for Phoenix Grey, who now has Adam Fleetwood all over the back of him. Adam Fleetwood is just sitting there inside DRS range, does not need to burn as much battery as Dave or Phoenix Grey ahead. This is ideal positioning for Adam Fleetwood at this point in time, as through the village and the loop we go. For the 7th time, we're on lap 7 of 26 here, and Phoenix Grey in touching distance of Dangerous Dave again. DRS wide open, going up the inside in towards Brooklands. Phoenix Grey back up into P2. Adam Fleetwood going to try and go up the inside as well, follow him through. There might have been a little bit of contact as Dave is very offline there, and he looked like he was drifting a little bit through Brooklands. So Phoenix Grey and Adam Fleetwood up into positions 2 and 3, jumping Dangerous Dave, who's back down to P4. And here comes Jonathan Corwin, still close enough to stay involved in this fight. 4 cars battling for positions 2 through 5 at the moment, as it's now going to be Adam Fleetwood who will get a good run on Phoenix Grey down the Hanger Straight if he gets a good run through Maggots and Beckett's. Dangerous Dave picking up a 3-second time penalty, the first of the leaders to pick one up for track extension. But here we go, down the Hanger Straight. Adam Fleetwood, DRS wide open, pulling out, getting ahead of Phoenix Grey. Adam Fleetwood back up into P2. Can he now try and break away from this pack and chase down Johnny Reed, who jumped him a number of laps ago now, it has to be said, as Daddy Cool and Devil Rejected swap positions. That is the battle for P9 and 10, but this battle goes on into the Vale chicane. Devil Rejected sending it up the inside of the Alpine, didn't quite get it done, and that might leave the position open for the Dutchie. No, he did get it done. Devil Rejected got supreme drive through Club and is up into P9, but here comes the Dutchie in the ass. This could be a 3-way battle for P9 in a few moments time. Meanwhile, Phoenix Grey still just about keeping tabs with Adam Fleetwood. That gap at 7 tenths now, as they come in toward Brooklands and Luffield. This is where Adam Fleetwood's really got to try and step on it, get clear of Phoenix Grey, who is doing a marvellous job here for Johnny Reed. That gap up in front, about 3.5 seconds, nearly 4 seconds now. We've just seen an overtake somewhere. That was Kurt Maestro getting back ahead of Ryan, I believe, for P7. Ryan, who's coming into his own here in the middle part of the stint, it has to be said. We're 8 laps into 26 for the British Grand Prix, and it's Phoenix Grey who's going to have to try and put some pressure onto Adam Fleetwood here. Don't let the Alfa Romeo get away from him. Dangerous Dave has dropped back off the 2 in front, so Dangerous Dave now settling into P4. Ryan getting ahead of Kurt Maestro there, that's for P7 into Stowe Corner. As the 3-way battle for P9 goes on, Devil Rejected sending one up the inside at Stowe, forcing Daddy Cool out wide, who now has the inside into Vale, gets them to try and defend the position. Devil Rejected going for the block pass up the inside of Vale, gets the move, he's up into P9. The Dutchie and Daddy Cool going side by side out of Club, and down the main straight we come, side by side into Abbey and Farm, and the Dutchie is up into P10, back into the points on, and crucially, those hard compound tyres. He can go long into this race. All 3 of these cars are on hard tyres, so we could be seeing this battle go on for a number of laps yet. Roadrunner, Dino, One Kidney Gym, Moomin Rider, the battle for P12 that's going on at the moment there. This could be a spicy little battle as well. as it develops. The Dutchy getting ahead of Devil Rejected into Brooklands. We just cut to that as we cycle our way back up to the front of the field. The Dutchy there up into P9 after an earlier spin. Dino's just got ahead of Roadrunner. The Ferrari up into P12 now. Moomin Rider's getting ahead of One Kidney Jim up the inside. The different lines being visible there through Luffield. But up at the front, Phoenix Grey still inside a second, crucially, of Adam Fleetwood. There's that letterbox slit in the rear wing open that allows him just a little bit of extra top speed to close that gap down. Don't let him get away. We've got a yellow flag in Sector 2. That is for Cinders, who has come a cropper in Brooklands and Luffield. As Dangerous Dave in the Williams diving for pit lane, only 10 laps into the Grand Prix. This is a very early stop on medium tyres. I'll be interested to see what Dave goes on to here as we cycle back through the field, and there's battling up and down it has to be said. As the Dave into the box goes onto a set of hard tyres. They will get to the end from here with 17 laps to go, but they're going to be feeling very second-hand by the end of it, as Red Wildfire gets a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. So the second of the two Alfa Romeo cars into the box, retiring from the session. Red Wildfire, our first DNF of the day. Meanwhile, there is Johnny Reid leading by 3.3 seconds over the second Alfa Romeo, now the only Alfa Romeo in the Grand Prix who is closing the gap back to him after clearing the battle of Phoenix Grey and Jonathan Coran a couple of laps ago. Adam Fleetwood making good time here, but is still not 1 second clear of Phoenix Grey yet, so Phoenix still sitting inside DRS range, hauling himself along with the Alfa Romeo driver. Jonathan Coran sits P4, he's got Damir and Kurt Maestro reasonably close behind. There is Ryan as well, so 4 cars very close to each other for the lead. Johnny Reid going into pit lane, picking up a 5-second time penalty for speeding. So Phoenix Grey will now lead the Grand Prix. Seemingly 11 laps in is the time to get off those medium tyres. Johnny Reid, that 5 seconds, that could be costly come the end of the race if he can't make that gap back as he goes on to a set of hard compound tyres. Adam Fleetwood also wanting a set of hards. Who else is in the pits? Damir in the pits off soft tyres, going on to a set of mediums. He'll do well to get those to the end of the race, considering the leaders have only done 11 laps on them. As there is this big train that I think everyone would have wanted to avoid. There's Johnny Reid coming out in the middle of it. It's the battle of, Moomin Rider, One Kidney Jim, Dino and the Dutchy. Roadrunner's in there too. Adam Fleetwood and Dangerous Dave coming out further behind, as is Damir. Tasmanja picking up a 3-second time penalty. Here we follow Johnny Reid. He's going to try and have to clear Moomin Rider quickly. He's onto the grass, going round the outside of Brooklands. Can he get it stopped? Yes, he can. Just about staying on track. Moomin Rider going to come back around the outside at Luffield though. Can he go for the old switcheroo? Does he have the traction? Yes, he does have the traction. Johnny Reid got loose and just parked it on the exit of the corner on the racing line where Moomin Rider wanted to be. So Johnny Reid slightly cheekily does get up into P7. Hopefully Moomin Rider didn't pick up any damage from that, as they look like he might have just gone straight into the back of Johnny Reid. But One Kidney Jim now sitting there in prime position, sniffing at the back of the McLaren, wondering if he can have a chance to overtake his Phoenix Grey into the box from the lead, followed in by Kurt Maestro as well in the Alpine. He's made up some good ground from P10, P11 on the grid in this opening stint. Jonathan Coran and Ryan still out on track. Ryan on mediums, Coran started the race on hards. Phoenix Grey goes onto a set of hard compound tyres. Where will he come out in relation to those he was fighting? As there you see Kurt Maestro, or I believe also on a set of hards into the pits as well, is one of the Mercedes cars of Roadrunner. There it is, indeed a set of hards for Kurt Maestro. Phoenix Grey coming out behind Adam Fleetwood, has lost a lot of time. He's still going to be ahead of Dangerous Dave though, so the undercut working well for those who stopped a lap ago. As we cycle up through the field, Moomin Rider still ahead of One Kidney Jim. He's got Dino right up his backside, challenging for what is P7 on track currently. Cinders and Arc, as Arc Top Gotcha goes into pit lane. I was just going to say there was an overtake going on there, but no, Just a driver peeling into pit lane. Daddy Cool and Devil Rejected still very close to each other on track. Both on the hard compound tyres that they've been on since the start. So the Dutchie came into the pits off those hard tyres. I believe he's on a new set of hards. Was it Damir? No, it was Damir who's on mediums, I believe, that was in that battle with Devil Rejected and Daddy Cool. Daddy Cool, who is 2 tenths of a second behind Devil Rejected as it stands, as Tasmanja and Arctop Gotcha are very close to each other there in the battle for P18, as Devil Rejected diving into pit lane here, only 13 laps in, onto what will presumably be a set of medium tyres. Johnny Reed, new purple lap, 29.2, that will be worth an extra point come the end of the race. But tell you what, one thing that has helped, considering Johnny has this 5-second penalty for speeding in the lane, only having to clear Moomin Rider and staying ahead of many of the rest of that train, unlike Adam Fleetwood, unlike Phoenix Grey, unlike Dangerous Dave, this will help him build his gap up. And with DRS, another overtake on Daddy Cool up the inside, he's up into P3 now, is Johnny Reed, the man who started in P2, as Phoenix Grey and Dangerous Dave do battle with Dino, who has come a cropper out of Aintree. I wonder if he had a spin there, but he's going down the order. He's down to 13th. He was battling a long way further up, so I'm not sure what's gone on there. He was battling up with One Kidney Jim and Adam Fleetwood, who is tucked in behind Moomin Rider, as we cut to Adam Fleetwood running wide out of Cop's corner. So here we go. Adam Fleetwood nestled up behind Moomin Rider, who has been on medium tyres, I believe, since the start of the Grand Prix. And Adam Fleetwood now with DRS open. Smalley picking up a 3-second penalty for track extension. Adam Fleetwood going around the outside at Stowe Corner and is up into 5th position, 3.5 seconds off the back of Daddy Cool. Ryan in the pits for Mercedes. Johnny Reed going even faster, 29 flat. Ryan taking a set of, didn't see what they are, I believe hard compound tyres, indeed they are. He will filter out somewhere, well, probably behind the 2 Haas cars, just ahead of Kurt Maestro maybe, who is left and I believe rejoining the session now, as the Ferrari of Dino into the pit after a spin at the start of this lap. So there we see Smalley in the Aston Martin. His teammate Jonathan Corrin in the lead of the Grand Prix, yet to stop though, is Jonathan. But the Williams you see there is Cinders a lap down. Roadrunner jumping Dino in the pits as well. Where would Jonathan Corrin come out if he was to stop now? I would imagine kind of in the battle with probably the 2 Haas cars maybe. To the battle for P9, P10. Dangerous Dave picking up a 3-second time penalty for track extension. These penalties really might start to add up in the next few laps. As here we go, Jonathan Corrin into pit lane will follow the Aston Martin car as Cinders proceeds to unlap himself from P19. There's a McLaren, there's Tasmanja there spun out on the inside of Club and Vale, but stays ahead of Cinders. Jonathan Corrin in the lane, going on to a set of medium tyres to get him to the end of the race with 11 laps to go. As Jonathan Corrin filtering down the positions now. Also into the pits is One Kidney Jim, the Haas of... so check the Haas, it's the Haas of the Dutchie and the Aston Martin of Smalley as well. So number of all the drivers starting on hards into the pits. Jonathan Corrin came out a 2.5 seconds behind Damir in position 8, ahead of Kurt Maestro, though that will be quite useful for him, who is yet to stop out of those in the lead of the Grand Prix. It's just Moomin Rider, I believe, and Daddy Cool. I will check tyres. Let's see how everyone's tyres roughly are doing. Now you see Moomin Rider on those tyres for 14 laps, as is Daddy Cool. So those two putting a good stint in on their tyres. I begin to wonder how deep they intend to go. Will they try and get onto a set of softs to the end of the race? Meanwhile, now that everyone has cleared the traffic, The gap out in front between Johnny Reid, as there in the background you see 3 abreast in towards Stowe Corner. Phoenix Grey, Dangerous Dave and Moomin Rider. And it's going to be it's going to be Dangerous Dave on the inside of Vale, who takes the position up to P3. He is now ahead of Phoenix Grey. Daddy Cool and Moomin Rider into pit lane. So will we see either of them go on to softs to the end of the race? Will they get softs to the end of the race? Hopefully we'll follow Moomin Rider in. Hopefully not getting held by his teammate. He does get held by his teammate, and that's going to pin the Alpine in, who did go onto a set of softs, did Daddy Cool. As we try and find what tyres Moomin Rider is on, I believe those are a set of softs as well. So both drivers onto new set of softs to the end of the Grand Prix. Tasmania there going a lap down to those 2. So the gap out in front, 6.5 seconds. Net gap is only 1.5 seconds with Johnny Reid's 1.5 second penalty. Dangerous Dave sits P3, 4.3 behind Adam Fleetwood. He's got Phoenix Grey up his trumpet there in that battle for P3 that has really been going since the start of the race. Damir sits P5 for Haas on mediums, but he has Jonathan Corwin less than a second behind on brand new medium tyres. This will be a massive advantage for Jonathan as the race goes on. Kurt Maestro, a further 3 seconds back, has got a little time back to Ryan. It's Phoenix Grey getting ahead of Dangerous Dave. There we see the end of the move into Stowe, as we've seen a number of times before from this pair, just swapping positions up the hill into the braking zone, as Ryan getting ahead of Kurt Maestro, as Kurt Maestro leaving and rejoining the session. So Ryan there up to P7. Kurt Maestro, his AI taking him into the pits. Not sure what that reason is there. Maybe he has some front wing damage that the AI wants to replace. As there is Daddy Cool sitting P10. It's 1.6 seconds back to One Kidney Gym, but does have those brand new soft compound tyres. Moomin Rider also on brand new softs. 3.5 seconds off the back of One Kidney Gym. This will turn into P11 as he gets past Kurt Maestro there, who got a new set of hard compound tyres, I believe. As meanwhile, Jonathan Corwin and Damir have swapped positions. That is into Brooklands. That is for P5. Jonathan Corwin, I said those brand new medium tyres would be useful, and we've already seen him make up a place on them. 5.6 seconds the gap now to Dangerous Dave, who is 2.2 off the back of Phoenix Grey. So Phoenix really dialing in there to the AlphaTauri, or maybe a mistake from the Williams driver. So Jonathan currently about 7 seconds off the chance of a podium here. If he can keep it clean, if he can put the hammer down. Devil Rejected going to be feeling the pressure from Daddy Cool in a few moments' time. The new soft compound tyres doing him a job here, getting him into 3.7 seconds now, the gap, 3.8. Give or take a bit, as Kurt Maestro picks up a 3-second time penalty, as does One Kidney Gym. The Red Bull driver currently sitting in P10, has only 2.5 seconds of a gap back to Moomin Rider. Smalley picking up another time penalty for track extension. There is the current penalty count for everyone, and Dangerous Dave has 6 seconds of penalties. That could be worth 1 or 2 positions by the end of the Grand Prix. It's Jonathan Corwin now, 5.1 seconds off the back of Dangerous Dave. Moomin Rider, a new purple lap at 28.9. He's in P11. That's not worth an extra point yet, unless he can overtake One Kidney Gym. With 9 laps to go here at the British Grand Prix, it is Johnny Reid still leading the way from Adam Fleetwood. In fact, that gap's gone up. That is at now 8 seconds, give or take a tenth, give or take a hundredth or 2. As Phoenix Grey 4.3 off the back of Adam Fleetwood. I believe that gap's coming down a little bit there. The battle for P2. But Dangerous Dave 2.5 seconds off the back of Phoenix Grey. He's got to be looking in his wing mirrors now, as there is Jonathan Corwin 4.3 off the back. Adam Fleetwood with a 3-second time penalty for track extension. This could be a massive one for Phoenix Grey. Can he find 1.2 seconds to get that net advantage? That was Devil Rejected as well, picking up a time penalty. That could play massively into the hands of Moomin Rider once he gets clear of One Kidney Gym, and that battle going on for the last few points paying positions. So we've got potential battles for the podium, potential battles for the points, and some battles of pride going on down here in P12 that we just cut to now. The Duchy overtaking Roadrunner, who's got Dino up his trumpet as well. So this battle for P12 that has gone on for a fair while now, still going on as one of the cars bailed off into pit lane there. That is Roadrunner into pit lane, who's just picked up a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pits, but he's retiring from the session. So there we go, we lose a second driver. Kurt Maestro as well has run aground with his servers, so he won't score any points potentially. Smalley picking up another 3-second time penalty. Be careful, fella, you don't want to get yourself disqualified from here. You're on about 19 seconds worth of penalties as it stands. Meanwhile, up at the front of the field, Johnny Reed 8.6 seconds clear of Adam Fleetwood. Phoenix Gray 4 seconds back. He only needs to find a second now in the remaining laps to get P2, make it an AlphaTauri 1-2. Jonathan Corin 2.9 now off the back of Dangerous Dave. This could be a battle we see for P4. Kurt Maestro will DNF his Alpine. Daddy Cool up the back of Devil Rejected. Here we see it now. No need for a penalty count back. This is going to be done on track here. The Alpine versus the Ferrari. Those soft tyres versus the mediums. Daddy Cool, I thought, was going to have a look up the inside there. Devil Rejected would have come from a long way back as One Kidney Jim and Moomin Rider doing battle further back. Moomin Rider around the outside at the Vale chicane gets P10. He's up into the points now. It's 4 seconds off the back of Daddy Cool, but he is stuck behind Devil Rejected. This battle could go on for a little while yet. We know how defensive Devil Rejected can be. As through the village and the loop section they come. Daddy Cool will get DRS down the Wellington Straight. It's open now. He's looking up the inside now. He's going to get overtaking now as I stutter on my words, and Daddy Cool now having to look around the outside of Luffield. He's going to get a massive switchback here. Those soft compound tyres providing him great traction. Just waiting for his moment, waiting for the space, and there it is. It's now going to be up the inside at Cop's corner. We're going to be side by side into Cop's don't touch. There's not much room given, but it's all fair and legal. Devil Rejected around the outside holds on to P8 for the moment. There were some yellow flags a couple of moments ago. Everything's okay in terms of the leaders. Damir in ahead of Ryan there by only 0.7 of a second, so that battle going on. Jonathan Corin 2 seconds off the back of Dangerous Dave. Now Daddy Cool looking up the inside, thought he was going to send it from away back there. Daddy Cool looking left and right, looking to try and find even just an inch to get past Devil Rejected up in front. Moomin Rider now inside, 2.5 seconds off the back of Daddy Cool. So that is the rate at which Devil Rejected is slowing them both down. Haas and the Mercedes of Damien and Ryan may be doing battle in a few moments time. Jonathan Corin 1.8 seconds off the back of Dangerous Dave. He's going to be wanting to do that on track. Phoenix Gray still just loitering about 4 seconds off the back of Adam Fleetwood. He's got to find that second if he wants to make use of the penalty. Meanwhile, Devil Rejected, Daddy Cool, we've seen this before, going into Brooklands. The different lines being taken. Is this going to result through Luffield? There you see mid-corner speed from Daddy Cool. Nothing quite doing on this occasion. It's a better launch on this occasion for Devil Rejected. So Daddy Cool won't necessarily have a look up the inside at Cops like a lap ago. There is Moomin Rider in the background. He's coming back toward this duo now. Ryan's got ahead of Damir. That is for P6. That was into Stowe corner. Devil Rejected, Daddy Cool. This battle's still going on through Maggots and Beckett's, and no, Daddy Cool's made a mistake. He's running wide out of Maggots and Beckett's. Here comes Moomin Rider. He won't have DRS, he will just have great overspeed, but he's not close enough to take the advantage. He is now inside a second, though, of Daddy Cool, who is inside a second of Devil Rejected still. Dino and the Dutchie swapping positions into Stowe corner. The battle for P12 down there. As Phoenix Gray has made an error that has lost him about half a second in the last lap or so. He's now, yeah, there it is, 4.5 seconds. Are those hard tyres beginning to explode a little bit? That's the McLaren of TAS Manager causing a yellow flag. I thought for a moment it was Moomin Rider, the driver we're on board with. Here we go now, so it's a 3-car battle for P8. That's an Aston Martin causing a yellow flag of, I believe, Smalley in the Club and Vale section, but he gets back on with it. Daddy Cool looking up the inside of Brooklyn's, nothing going on this occasion. Can he go for a switchback? He's desperate to try and get past this Ferrari and hold on to what will be P8 when penalties are taken into account. Phoenix Grey is falling a long way back off the back of Adam Fleetwood here, but we're going to be side by side into Cop's corner again. Daddy Cool this time round the outside. Nothing going on this occasion. Here comes Moomin Rider with massive overspeed. He has to take to the AstroTurf to avoid the Alpine, but he's up into P9, but he does have a 3-second penalty, but he's got overspeed now on Devil Rejected. He's got a run on Devil Rejected. He's got DRS on Devil Rejected. He's alongside Devil Rejected. Not quite. He's back in the slipstream. No, he is alongside now. Looking up the inside in towards Stowe corner. Moomin Rider slides one up the inside. He's up into P8 now. Can he try and break clear of Devil Rejected and Daddy Cool to try and hold on to that position? We've got a yellow flag. That's Smalley running into issues out of left field into Woodcut as Moomin Rider now 7/10 clear already of Devil Rejected, trying to break free. One Kidney Jim's came back into this fight as well. The Dutchy and Dino swapping positions again through Club and Vale. Up at the front, Phoenix Grey, 5.7 off the back. He's falling away, is Phoenix Grey. Those hard tyres must be very second hand because Dangerous Dave is coming back towards him. Dangerous Dave, who has Jonathan Corian 1.3 seconds behind. Damir and Ryan still reasonably close to each other as they come through Cop's corner. 23 laps gone, or we're on lap 23 of 26. Moomin Rider 1.2 seconds now ahead of Devil Rejected. Smalley diving to pit lane. Can he go for a faster slap at the end? No, he retires from the session. So Jonathan Corian is going to be the flag bearer for Aston Martin, just like Ryan is for Mercedes, just like Red Wildfire, just like Adam Fleetwood is for Alfa Romeo, and just like this man, Daddy Cool, is for Alpine, who is still tucked up behind Devil Rejected. Through Beckett's and Beckett's. He's got DRS. He's very close on this occasion. He's just got to make his decision. He's going around the outside in towards Stowe corner. Those soft compound tyres, do they have the grip to let him hang on to it? Devil Rejected trying to stay with him. No. Daddy Cool finally, after about 4 laps of anguish and frustration, finally up ahead of Devil Rejected, who now has One Kidney Jim to deal with, who's now only a second and a half behind, unless Devil Rejected can take the fight back to Daddy Cool here on lap 24 of 26. Johnny Reed 8.3 seconds out in front, and there is Devil Rejected trying to have a look around the outside of Village. This is the big fight here for the end of the race. It seems to be Moomin Rider 2.1 seconds up the road from Daddy Cool. Devil Rejected will have DRS down the Wellington Straight. This will help him close that gap back down to the Alpine car. As Jonathan Corian 1.1 seconds off the back of Dangerous Dave. Damir 8/10 off the back of Ryan. We've seen some great racing here today for Season 3, Round 8, the Masters division of MSC F1. And it still goes on with Devil Rejected still inside a second of Daddy Cool. That battle's not done yet for P9 on track. Devil Rejected does have a penalty, however, as Johnny Reed has started his 25th and penultimate lap. He only has, well, a lap and 3/4 left to go. He's been absolutely superb here today, and I really hope this is not a case of the commentator's curse, and I hope he doesn't spin out with only a few miles left to go. But here we go. Devil Rejected 3/10 off the back of Daddy Cool. Daddy Cool 2.5 seconds behind Moomin Rider. There is penalty counts to be aware of with a few corners to go. Here is Damir versus Ryan. This gap only about 6/10 of a second. Jonathan Corian 1.4 off the back of Dangerous Dave, who's 1.1 off the back of Phoenix Grey. Those hard tyres on the AlphaTauri have disintegrated. They really truly have gone off Martin Brundle's famous cliff. So Phoenix Grey now going to be fighting for P3 at the end. He did have a chance for a while at P2, but that seems to have slipped through his fingers now as the tyres have just grained and burnt out. And so now Dangerous Dave 1 second behind. Jonathan Corin a further 1.7 behind. Meanwhile, we'll have a look at Damir and MJ Ryan as they come through the hangar straight with DRS open. Is Damir close enough for an overtake on this lap? Ryan covering the inside, making sure he doesn't get dive bombed. No, Damir was not close enough on this lap. Johnny Reid started the final lap of the Grand Prix. A lock up there from Damir into the Vale chicane. We've got a yellow flag in Sector 2 and Sector 3. That was for Devil Rejected, I believe. No, that's a Williams going slowly. Maybe that was just Cinders getting out of everyone's way on the exit of the Maggots Beckett section. Johnny Reid is into the middle sector of his final lap. He's going around Brooklands and Luffield now. He only has a few corners left to go to win the British Grand Prix, as there is the penalty count for everyone. We'll keep the intervals open so you can really truly see how it's going to finish as it crosses the line. Phoenix Grey still just about holding off against Dangerous Dave on those very old hard tyres. Moomin Rider has run away from Daddy Cool, and Devil Rejected in the last couple of laps. But Johnny Reid now through Stowe Corner. The crowd are breaking ranks. They're coming out to the fencing to receive the Northern Irishman, as he only has a couple of corners left to go. There's Vale, there's Club. It's one last traction zone to go, and Johnny Reid will win the British Grand Prix at Silverstone ahead of Adam Fleetwood, who is coming around the final corners now. Dangerous Dave did get ahead of Phoenix Grey on into Stowe Corner. He has 6 seconds worth of penalties to serve though. This will drop him back down behind this man, Phoenix Grey, who'll take P3, and Jonathan Corin, who'll take P4 in the end. There is Dangerous Dave, P5 then. Damir did get ahead of Ryan into Stowe on the last lap. Damir P6, Ryan P7. Moomin Rider, can he hold off the 4/10 to Daddy Cool with a chicane to go for P8? He's got one last traction to go. The gap's at 3.6. Moomin Rider comes home P8 for McLaren. Daddy Cool will take a very cool P9 ahead of Devil Rejected and One Kidney Jim, who made his way up from last on the grid to P12 as Dino was close enough to make use of the penalty advantage. He'll take P11. Dutchy brings the Haas home in P13. Arc Top Gotcha finished a lap down in P14. Devil Rejected saying what a race. Indeed it was. Absolute drama right to the end there. Moomin Rider 2 spins at the end of lap 1. Of course the two McLarens were pointing backwards, so he'll be very happy with a P8 in the end. As here comes the official standings and the podium celebration. But there is the race winner, Johnny Reid, flanked by Adam Fleetwood and Phoenix Grey respectively. So both out, it's a double AlphaTauri podium. That must mean a lot to the team based just outside of Monza. And there is the official classifications. Johnny Reid from Adam Fleetwood, Phoenix Grey, Jonathan Corin, Dangerous Dave, Damir, Ryan, Moomin Rider, Daddy Cool, Devil Rejected, Dino, One Kidney Jim, Dutchy, Arctop Gotcha, MSC Cinders, Taz Manager, the last classified finisher, Smalley, Kurt Maestro, Roadrunner, Red Wildfire, the 4 DNFs for the day. Well, drama there all the way through. But Johnny Reid, after getting ahead of Adam Fleetwood in the very early stages, never really looked back and won in the end by 6 seconds. As is customary for the commentator for both the Elite and the Masters division at MSC F1, I have to award a driver of the day. Johnny Reid, as I said, has to have a mention for a dominating race. Adam Fleetwood too, a mammoth pole lap. But for me, it's going to go to Phoenix Grey, who really did a job after Johnny Reid jumped ahead of Adam Fleetwood and himself to create that gap, help Johnny Reed kind of disappear up the road a little bit and provided us with some great racing and did indeed bring home a podium. So even though no positions gained, but importantly no positions lost, and Phoenix Gray is my driver of the day. But folks, thank you so much for watching. I've been Sharp. This has been round 8 of season 3 for the Masters division of MSC F1. There's 2 races to go, I believe, and I hope to see you all very, very soon. But for now, good night and goodbye.
Sitting heavy on my shoulders. The rain is coming down, it's getting colder. Feels like I'm gonna run out of time. I never thought that I would be the soldier. Can I keep it all together, my composure? Cause I got another mountain to climb. And I feel the darkness right now, yeah. But I really want this somehow, yeah. If I drop, it's more than a vow. 'Cause this ain't over now. This ain't over now. Sometimes it feels like I'm living a dream, but I know that it's real 'cause I'm still fighting for it. Yeah, it feels like I'm living a dream, but I know that it's real 'cause I'm still fighting for it. I guess I got a bounty on my head now, but I don't even take it like a threat now. That's how they be playing the game. I see the rhythm of the night from the edge now, but I ain't even trying to break a sweat now. 'Cause I got another dragon to slay. Sometimes it feels like I'm living a dream, but I know that it's real 'cause I'm still fighting for it. Yeah, it feels like I'm living a dream, but I know that it's real 'cause I'm still fighting for it. 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 I'm not ever living life from the backseat. I'm like Usain Bolt at the track meet. Try to keep it cool, but I ain't even low key. Got a hundo in my pocket, I ain't roasting. 'Cause I'm getting back to the basics. What hit me, what hurt me, what made me? 'Cause maybe this life is worth saving.